How do professional detailers completely transform the interior of nasty cars? Is it the products they have, the tools that they use? Do you need an expensive steamer or an expensive extractor? Well, what if I told you that we don't use any of these things in our business? Yes, we can produce the exact same results as the average detailer, if not better, in a fraction of the time with these simple products. This right here is all we use, whether it's a maintenance car or a disaster detail. And in this video, I'm gonna take you through my interior detailing process step by step and show you exactly how I get the job done in a fraction of the time. With less than a dozen products that you actually need to achieve real results in real time, I'm gonna be the first to tell you that companies that try to sell you a lineup of products just for the inside are lying to you. Notice how we don't have leather conditioner in our arsenal. Maybe that's because conditioner is a scam, but more on that later. For right now, I'm gonna start by showing you our process step by step, and I've included some timestamps right here so you can take a look at each individual process along the way. The first step on my detailing process after I move the floor mats is gonna be moving back to front with a full vacuum. I'm gonna be vacuuming starting in the trunk and moving my way to the front cabin, and if you have an air compressor, that can speed up the process. It's totally not necessary, but if you have the money for it, go ahead and buy it. I like it. All right, so now time to wipe down the entire of the interior. We've got two options here. We have P&S Express Interior Detailer. The reason I like this one is, as you can see, it foams up, so it gives you a very clear idea of what you're cleaning and what areas you've covered versus what areas you still need to cover. But a more cost-effective alternative is going to be DIY Detail All Clean, diluted 30:1. So I have that here in my spray bottle. It actually is a little bit stronger of a chemical than P&S Express Detailer, but as you can see, it doesn't foam up quite as much. So it's a little less enjoyable to use, but it is more cost effective and it's stronger for getting in those really tough areas of the inside. All right, so one pro tip when cleaning the inside of the vehicle, of course, it's pretty self-explanatory. You spray, you wipe, you agitate with a brush, but when we reach the screens, in order to get these fingerprints off safely, we need to use a brand new towel. So make sure you're trading out your towels frequently enough for clean ones, because this area of the vehicle is the easiest to damage. So instead of spraying directly on the surface, I'm going to take All Clean and spray one spray on my clean rag, slowly wipe without putting much pressure on it. And as soon as I see those fingerprints go away, I'm gonna take the other side that has not received any product, and I'm just gonna lightly wipe the residue off. And there we go. We have a clean screen. When cleaning glass, there's two major things to remember. Number one is always use an ammonia-free glass cleaner. So I'm using Sprayway's glass cleaner. It's ammonia-free, meaning that it is tint safe, so you're not gonna mess up the client's tint. This is super simple. You take a different towel than you've been using for the interior, have a dedicated glass towel, and you just wipe it clean. And then when we're cleaning the windshields, the biggest issue, especially in the hot sun, is sunlight hitting that windshield. And when you clean the interior glass, it's gonna streak up. Why? Because the sun is flash drying the product as soon as it touches the glass. So what I do is I take a separate towel and I set it over the area that I'm wanting to clean. And then I go on the inside and I clean it, and what this is doing is blocking the sun, allowing me to get a streak-free finish on the inside of the glass. Right here in these cup holders, we have a situation where most detailers would opt to use a steamer. Why? Because when you have things that are melted, like chocolate, hard candies, crayons, that sort of thing, if it's melted into these cracks and crevices, it's going to be very difficult to remove just with a brush and a towel. So detailers are going to use a steamer to heat it up and loosen it up. But I'm going to show you how we can use DIY Detail All Clean to remove it, saving anywhere from $500 to $1,500 if you were to buy a steamer. All right, in this bottle right here, I have DIY Detail All Clean diluted 30:1 for interior use. Now, if you have a more aggressive area that needs more aggressive cleaning, I would recommend switching that to 15:1, which is the stronger dilution for exterior uses, but is safe on some interior components. So I'm gonna start by just spraying as much of this as I can get inside of this cup holder. It's actively loosening up some of the baked-in debris. Even if there is stuff that has melted inside of these cup holders, this will begin to break it down so I can come in with a brush and a rag and scoop it up. You're gonna wanna let it sit for a couple minutes just to give it a chance to really break down some of the melted dirt, debris, grime, crayons, chocolate, anything that's in there. And then I'm gonna take my drill brush and scrub deep down inside. All right, now taking a rag, though it is kind of gross, I am now comfortable to use this rag to sop up the soup that we've created with the all-purpose cleaner and whatever else was in there. You know what would be funny? If we show me taking this rag after I finish and throwing it away. Try again. Oh my gosh. So before I get to why I believe that leather conditioner is a scam and show you how we actually clean and protect leather seats, first, with perforated leather, one of the biggest issues that we're going to face is there being little granules of dirt, sand, debris, these things in the perforations. So we use these bamboo toothpicks, which you can find on Amazon. I think a pack of 200 is about $10. But for these, it allows us to poke them in the perforations where there is dirt and pop it out. Super safe, super simple. So what I have here is Chemical Guy's all-in-one, their leather cleaner and conditioner multi-purpose chemical. Now the problem with this sort of thing is most people think that a leather conditioner is applying protection to the leather. It's not. All it's doing is adding a small layer of shine to the leather, and a lot of our customers don't actually like this. They prefer a natural look. They don't want it to be shiny. But let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so as you can see, as I apply this product and use it, it's adding a little bit of a shine and a little bit of a weird smell to the leather. And like I said, there's no reason for any of this. This shine does not look natural. This is not what a vehicle looks like when it comes off of the factory. When you first purchase a vehicle, the leather is not going to shine like this. Let me show you what I prefer instead. So we're gonna be using, once again, DIY Detail All Clean, diluted 30:1 for interior use. The exact same product that we're using for the rest of the interior. Why? Because the objective here is to clean the leather, not shine it. And like I said, conditioner doesn't apply any protection whatsoever. So I'm gonna show you afterward how we do protect the leather. Take a look. So I'll spray this fairly liberally and then use a brush just to agitate it and get in all of those hard to reach areas in between the different perforations and the body lines of the leather. And now as I wipe it off, it's not gonna leave that shiny residue. Instead, it's going to look clean. It's gonna look natural, like leather seats are supposed to look. Now for protection, we have DIY Detail Interior Ceramic. This is SiO2 infused, just like a ceramic coating that you would apply on the paint of a vehicle. And this not only can be used on leather, but it can also be used on rubber, plastics, vinyl, anything interior. And it's going to actually protect the leather. So as you slide in and out of the car, you're going to be abrading the edge of the leather with your legs. You're going to be putting stains from the jeans that you wear. It's going to crack and fade over time, and this genuinely applies protection for those sorts of things, and this can last anywhere from 1 year to 2 years, depending on how you treat your leather seats. So with a new microfiber cloth, we're going to put a couple sprays on, and then just slowly apply onto the surface of the seat, and take the other side and wipe clean. Like I said, this is actually applying protection. It's actually going to last, and it's not going to leave that weird residue that conditioner usually does. So if you're going to have a separate product, particularly to protect the leather, it has to be something that works, because otherwise you're buying stuff that's pointless when you could just use an all-purpose cleaner in the first place. And if you want to go that extra mile on your seats or for your clients, then you offer an interior ceramic treatment, because like I said, this is going to last for about 1 year. So this disgusting floor mat came out of this 2001 Toyota Sequoia, which has not been detailed in probably a good 5 to 10 years. So here we have all of these stains, and I'm gonna show you how we can take care of this without an extractor. So you don't have to waste $1,500, $2,000 on an expensive piece of equipment, when all we have to do is use P&S Terminator Spot and Enzyme Treater, P&S Carpet Balmer as our shampoo in the IK foamer, and a drill brush. That's it. I'm gonna start by pre-treating the surface with Terminator, emphasizing the areas that are heavily stained, and then we're going to let this sit for a couple minutes. It's gonna do its job and start to break down some of the staining so that we can follow through with shampoo and scrub. Now the IK foamer is not necessary. It is a good $50 on Amazon, but I would recommend it. It makes applying the product a whole lot easier. We use this for tires, all-purpose cleaner, and for our shampoo. But after I pump it up, it's going to allow me to spray it directly on the surface. And next, take a drill brush, These attachments are about $5 on Amazon. You can get a bundle of them for 10 or 15. And then I'm just going to agitate with the brush, and that should take care of the stain. Now that we've cleaned that, I'm gonna show you when you would use an extractor and why we don't use it that often. So if you actually have a good cleaning process for carpets, a good shampoo, a good stain remover, and a quality drill brush, you're not really gonna need the extractor. Why? Because extractors are used for two things. One, to pull moisture out of the carpet. So if you apply too much shampoo and too much product to the carpet, then it's gonna get damp and it's gonna start to smell of mildew, that sort of thing. So as long as you're careful of that, then you can forego the extractor. Second reason why people use it is sometimes you can buy a heated extractor, which heats up the water and allows it to kind of dissolve and really get in the fibers of the carpet. But for the most part, most stains can be removed just with good chemicals. But if you do decide to use an extractor, let me show how you would use it. All right, so as you can see, the extractor doesn't really add that much that we were unable to do beforehand. But if you do decide to do an extractor, please, whatever you do, save your money. Look what I have here. This is a rigid 4-gallon portable shop vac. This is the exact same vacuum that we use for the rest of the vehicle. The only difference here is I have replaced the dust filter with a wet filter, allowing water to pass through here without clogging up the motor. But if I disconnect this, as you can see, all we have here is an extra vacuum connector. And this here is a quick connect on a water tube, which hooks up to the water at the client's house or your own water tank. And this head here is the exact same head that is found on the Mighty extractors, $2,000 extractor. So if you connect all of these things up, you can actually build an extractor for about $250 instead of 10 times that price. All right, so as you finish watching this video, the biggest takeaway I wanted you to have for this video and the last video where we covered the exterior detailing process is just how simple it can be. You can start a detailing business literally today with just a couple $100s and the right tools and the right products. Products that we use in this video are linked below, and you can get 10% off all DIY detail products below as well. But I want you to follow this channel, follow me on Instagram, and join my Telegram channel. My goal for this series of content is to show you that you can take a very simple business model and create life-changing wealth for you, your family, and build a business that actually matters in your community. Thanks for watching.